the second section was about exploring what are the benefits for nature for the coach and the client. In other words, what do we get when we go out in nature for us? And just three examples I'm going to draw in on this. The first is around health and well-being, the second around outlook on life, and the third around community. And so much more prominent in the media these days, how good nature is for us, and study after study shows it. And one really nice piece of work that Jules Pretty at Exeter did, looking at what's the best dose of nature for improving mental health. That study found that people who are taking that regular dose of nature, it's about 2 hours a week, are much more likely to have higher self-esteem. So as coaches, so often our clients come to us with issues around confidence, value, self-worth, self-esteem. How can we harness nature if those are the benefits nature offers us, either in our work directly or through the experiments that clients take in between sessions? And rather more prosaically, we know that nature helps us live longer, healthier, happier lives. It's pretty stark. There's a study by a woman called Maas, who's a researcher, doctor in the Netherlands. Essentially, you live a longer life if you have nature on your doorstep. So she found 15 diseases and morbidities much less likely for people who are living a kilometre or nearer to local green spaces. And that includes coronary heart disease, it includes depression. So what about, what's this life satisfaction thing? So this is about eudaimonia or eudaimonic well-being. And there's a difference between eudaimonic well-being and hedonic. When we generally think of happiness, we think of joy, we think of moments of lightness. And those really important hedonic measures of well-being that we need. There's also this idea of eudaimonia, which is about how worthwhile is my life right now? How content am I and how satisfied with my life in general? And work by Alison Pritchard up at Derby has found some really fantastic evidence now that people who go out and connect with nature more regularly are almost twice as happy with their lives, as satisfied with their lives. And again, coaching is often about how can I be satisfied with my life? And one of the underpinning reasons for that is that it's considered that time in nature enables you to build your autonomy, your competence, and your relatedness. And how fantastic. Those are motivators that we talk about in leadership. How do you lead people in a way that builds their autonomy, their competence, and their relationships and their relatedness? And there's some really interesting stuff now about awe. So we've all felt it. We've stood in St Paul's Cathedral, or we've stood at the bottom of a skyscraper, or in front of a giant painting or something, and felt our jaws drop. And this increasingly studied area has started to look at nature and what natural awe gives us. And it's found that the awe in nature, so groves of tall trees or single tall trees, mountains, views, landscapes, are actually even more beneficial than the other kinds of human constructed awe. And one of the ways in which people who experience awe in nature benefit is that they're actually able to make more ethical decisions, or they make more ethical decisions more often. Now that's really interesting if we're talking about dealing with climate change and equity and biodiversity crises. And not only that, but actually awe in nature helps us be more community-minded, more pro-social. So people who are experiencing that awe in that moment are more likely to give things to other people, to help other people, to connect with other people. And some of this is about our vagus nerve and activating the parasympathetic nervous system in our bodies, which orients us to other people, helps us look at other people, helps us communicate and build connections through kindness.